Sis and Tell, a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing, nothing. Sis and Tell, a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing.
Hey, Allie.
Hey, man. How are you?
Well, welcome to season 11 of
Season
Sis and Tell.
11. I know, and it's very confusing because we haven't been doing the podcast for 11 years, but we have been doing 11 seasons. I
Yeah.
don't know how we explain that except for we're just off.
We're we do what we want, right?
Yeah.
And
We
our-
could just call this season 10 and a half, and that would make sense.
It wouldn't, yeah, it doesn't. None of it makes sense, but just go with it, y'all. And guess what? You don't have to start from the beginning. You can just start right now. You're good.
No.
Okay, start from the
But
beginning.
you can start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. What do you
Start
have to
from the
lose?
beginning. But you can
You
also
can hear
just,
all about the lip kisser. You can hear about Courtney Cox. There's so many
Mhm.
fun stories we would love to revisit with you.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones.
And if you don't listen from the beginning, we may just start repeating those stories anyway.
I
So,
think we have.
yeah, totally.
So I got attacked at my New Year's Eve party. I was attacked.
What?
I was
What do you
attacked
mean?
by a cotton candy machine.
What happened?
So Lee Dix, who's one of my best friends from high school, she has a cotton candy machine. So I have a popcorn machine, I have a snow cone machine. I basically now have a cotton candy machine because Lee Dix has one. How often is she going to use it? So it's been at my house, by the way, for 2 weeks at this point. But she gives it to me. I take it out of the box, right? I even go to ChatGPT and I take a picture of it. I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. There's this like plastic ring you put over it to just like guard you from the, I guess, flying cotton candy and to keep it in like that circle thing, right?
Right.
I even printed out instructions for everyone and they were a little small. So I put some readers right by them. But so I start practicing with, I bought like the paper cones and I start practicing it. And there's like hot sugar being catapulted at me, right? And at a certain point, it's like, it's painful. It's like little tiny granules just shooting at me. And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with this machine. I have to get like an oven glove to kind of like keep it from puncturing my eyes. And so I turn it off. And then eventually Lee Dix comes over. Her husband was babysitting the kids, so they couldn't get a sitter, but so he took one for the team. But
we also call that parenting.
parenting. He was parenting. And so she comes over and she looks at it and she's like, I don't know why it's doing it. This is not normal. So she takes a picture of it and sends it to her husband and he's like, oh my God. You got to be kidding me. You guys did not even put it together correctly. I had like the silver bowl, like it was like upside down.
Upside down?
It had a hole in
my
it, but it looked like it was like screwed in, but that's just how the bowl looked. Like I never like flipped it the other way. So, but anyways, but the funny thing is it took us so long to figure it out that I ended up with a ring of cotton candy all over my house. It was on like all over this back wall. It was on the glass panels on this shelving
It's like a
unit that I
murder
had.
scene.
It was. It
you're
was
gonna
like a
CSI over.
It was a sugary murder scene, and I had the worst was all over me. I had sugar all over my dress. I was delicious though. Anyways, I survived the cotton candy
Thank
massacre of
goodness.
2026.
Well, I'm glad you survived that. I'm glad you're okay. Did you have to clean up the house? Does the house look okay?
Oh, there's sugar
The ring around the
everywhere.
house?
Oh my God. And then I kept it because Oscar and Ruby were out of town and I wanted them to enjoy cotton candy. So they've been making cotton candy all week, but luckily now we know how it works. So there's we've minimized the damage.
I love cotton candy because you get so much bang for a really small buck, right? Like you can do a little bit of sugar and it weaves itself into these billowy, cloudy,
It's so
luscious,
fun.
things, but you're not really eating a ton. It's reminds me of drinking a Coca-Cola icy because I feel like it's the same thing. Like it's
Oh.
not really a lot of Coke. It's really a lot of ice and a little bit
Mm.
of Coke. So you can eat or drink a really large icy, but you're really drinking probably like 4 ounces of Coke. That's what I think.
Yeah. It was not, yeah, you're right. It wasn't, because really it's like a tablespoon of the cotton candy sugar.
See?
Yeah.
It's not much.
It's just a
Yeah,
tablespoon of sugar. That's it.
I know. I wish they would take other foods like that and maximize them, like cheese. I would eat like a
A
web of
cloud of
cheese.
cheese. Yeah,
A
I would eat
cloud of
that too.
cheese.
It's like cheese crisp. Yeah, I would eat a cloud of cheese. So I did eat
Cotton
very
cheese.
well. I did eat very well over the holidays, as I'm sure everyone did. But I ate extra well because I got to go to San Francisco for Kung Pao Kosher Comedy, which was basically being a part of like a Jewish comedy festival, except there were just 4 comedians, but we did 6 shows over 3 days. So it was the
That's
33rd
amazing.
annual Kung Pao Kosher Comedy. Um, my friend Lisa has been producing this for about 33 years, exactly 33 years. And
Wow.
the concept started off Christmas Eve in a Chinese restaurant with Jewish comedians, and it's continued, but it's grown, and now it's like a staple of the San Francisco community. She's had just like an amazing caliber of comedians that she's booked, and I'm not saying like that as like I couldn't believe I was included in amongst those comedians. Like in the 90s, she had Henny Youngman on. It's been incredible.
Wow.
So I got to perform with 2 other comedians in addition to Lisa, who hosted it, but Orion Levine, who is hilarious. He's grew up in Berkeley, lived in LA for a while. Now he's in Brooklyn. Y'all go look him up. He's so adorable. Mommy was ready to she watched all the shows on live stream, and she called me afterwards and she's like, can I set up Orion? And I was like, he's in Brooklyn. She goes, well, he should be friends with our cousins. I'm like, I'm not setting him up with friends. And then with the legendary Elayne Boosler, who if
Amazing.
if you don't know her name, look her up and you'll be like, I know who that is. And she's iconic. She's been doing comedy for longer than we've been alive. She's been doing this throughout the 70s and 80s and 90s to now. And she used to date Andy Kaufman and Robin Williams, but her points of reference were insane. Like I had any conversation I'd have with any stand up backstage I was having with her, except I was like she would recorded her set with her phone, which is like totally normal thing. And I said, what were you doing in the 70s and 80s? Were you always recording then too? She's like, oh yeah, I had like the little tape deck that I'd bring with me on stage. And then she said, Andy Kaufman said, if you're not recording your shows, they may as well not exist because you want to learn
Wow.
from those. And I was like, like I've had people give me advice before. They weren't Andy Kaufman.
Right.
But she's incredible. I am obsessed with her. I felt like an instant connection. Like, have you ever had friend at first sight?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I felt that way about Tony Hale when I interviewed him for my show last year, and I still feel that way. I feel like he's waiting for me to call him so we can go to dinner together. But he's probably not. Although Mommy looks for him and his wife because it's said that they often frequent their favorite restaurant in Birmingham. So we'll see if she ever runs into him. But yeah, wait. So has Elayne made a living off of comedy this whole time? Has that been her main source of income?
She's also a comedy writer. So she's written
Okay.
for award shows and TV shows, I'm sure movies. She's done a ton of behind the scenes things. She had a TV show that she wrote everything for. Like she wrote the whole entire all the scripts for the first season that she pitched, and after 5 years nothing happened. But that's the world of television, where for 5 years she was working on getting this thing created, and then poof, it just doesn't
Right.
it
Right.
doesn't happen, right? But she's done a ton of things behind the scenes, and she is the first woman to have a 1 hour long special on TV on cable. She had a self-produced show on
Wow.
Showtime because no one believed in her. She produced it herself. She made it happen.
Isn't that sad, though? A sad state of affairs
hmm
when she has to self-produce, self-fund because they don't believe in women comedians.
Right, but because of her, she just knocked down some barriers for us. So, but she's so
Pioneer. That's
yeah,
amazing.
she's so laid back. She's so fun. We like our first conversation was having a competition about who had less of an ego, me or her.
Who won?
Oh, it's I don't know. We didn't figure it out.
thought you were going to say, of course I won.
I won. It was me. I have less of an ego.
I'm the most egoless person on earth. Don't you
Yeah.
know that? I should win an award for that.
But she's
amazing.
wonderful. Yeah, yeah. It was very cool to hang out with her for 3 days. So, and then I ate well in San Francisco. I had some ramen. I went to this French bakery. I went to the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art. It was incredible.
That's awesome. Well, I ate well, but it didn't sit well with me because the second day of my vacation, I got food poisoning.
Oh, you did not.
And
Oh no.
I did. And
From
I do
something
not
raw?
wish I don't know. Everybody at the dinner, there are about 10 of us, and everybody, at least 80% of us, had the same dish. I mean, not the exact same dish, so mine just might have been bad. Alan actually had a bite of it. I was eating fish. He had a bite of it, and he didn't get sick. But that was on a Friday night. I woke up on Saturday morning at about 5 in the morning, and I just knew. My body was like, just get ready, babe, because we're in for
Here we
quite the
go.
roller coaster. Here
Oh
we
no,
go.
Allison.
And so from 5 a.m. until 9:30 a.m., I cleared out pretty much everything inside me any way I possibly can. I'll just put it that way. And oh, I was so, so sick. I ended up going to the clinic to get an IV, which sort of helped. It didn't really help. I just felt like I needed maybe the fluids would, get me up and going, which it didn't really give me the, effect that I wanted. I know there's
Yeah.
some places that have the IVs with all of the vitamins and stuff like that. This was just a regular IV, I think, just basic saline. I should have asked for the extra version. But
Right?
anyway,
Seriously.
the two doctors at the clinic were both female though, so she's like, they were very kind. She's like, "How are you feeling?" I'm like, "Fine, but this is not how I wanted to lose my menopause weight." She started laughing so hard, like, oh god. 2 days later, I was back to my normal self,
Yeah,
but
because it
I
takes
will
time
tell
for your
you,
stomach to get back to normal.
right. And then I didn't want to drink alcohol. I didn't want to eat anything from the sea for the next however many days or week. I was eating a lot of wheat thins and just staying very mild because that will just give you. I ate a lot of bananas. I was eating anything, that whole brat diet. I was following that tooth and
Right.
nail. I also realized about
The
myself, like I'm always
beige. It was like
thinking
everything beige.
everything beige, anything bland and just basic. Yeah. But I did learn about myself. I always think that maybe I have a really high tolerance for pain and I could be so stoic and, nothing bothers me. No, nope. I am 100% wrong because I felt so bad during that 24-hour period. I would have bargained anything with anyone just to feel better.
Well,
It was so awful.
I think pain and nausea are two separate things, right? So I
Yeah.
don't know anyone who can deal with nausea because it overtakes you,
Yeah.
especially when it's overtaking you. Like it's not like having a broken arm where you can concentrate on
Ugh,
something else or like pinch
no.
your other arm so you don't feel that pain. Like there's nothing you can do about nausea. It's terrible.
No.
I hate it.
Well, and the last time I think I was really sick is I've been seasick before. But the
Mm.
difference is when you're seasick, you are sick at sea. And then it is pretty miraculous and also a blessing because once you get on land, you no longer feel sick. It is that quick, for me at least. That
Not
as
for
soon as I
me.
am on dry
Yeah.
land, I'm like, okay, I'm fine now, right? It was just the motion of the ocean. But this like food poison, at least it wasn't like a long drawn out spell.
Even
I'll stop
even
talking
you
about it now, but
saying
I just
motion of
don't
the
wish it.
ocean, I need like a
It makes you
Dramamine.
seasick.
I need a Dramamine. Well, because I had like we went snorkeling with whale sharks, and as soon as we got out, like as soon as the boat stopped and it started rocking, I started throwing up, and they tossed me in the water with the whale sharks because they're like, you'll be fine once you're in, and I wasn't, and then my body like freaked out. And then it was awful. I should have taken a Dramamine. I knew, and I should have had a
Yeah.
Dramamine.
Yeah.
I should just keep them in my pocket, that little pocket in your jeans, That should be my Dramamine pocket. Just always keep it with me. Everything
Yeah.
makes me motion sick. So
Or
I
those
hope,
or those bracelets that have the pressure points
I don't think
so
those
that
do
you don't feel
anything.
sick.
Yeah, I don't believe
I
in
don't know. I'm
those.
like you. I think all of us get car sick too. So that doesn't
Except
help. Like if I'm
Dad.
driving through a mountain,
Oh.
oh yeah, dad's good. Well, but dad's usually the one driving. I think if daddy was stuck in the way back of the station wagon growing up, he would have
Mhm.
gotten seasick too, or car
Okay,
sick as
well,
the
let's
might go.
rewind something because I feel like your time in the way back was pretty limited. I was mostly in the way back. I don't really even
That's
think
because
you
I'm
had.
firstborn.
Oh, did you even have to be in the way back? You were never in the
Well,
way
probably
back
not
unless you
because
wanted to be.
yeah. So I was 7 when you were born.
Right.
And well,
There
let's
was
imagine
no.
though, if there was a car seat for you in the back, then that means I was in the way back.
No, because it was. I don't even think I was in a car seat. You were probably
Oh,
sitting
probably
up
not.
front, right? Did we
You were
have car?
probably way on the floor. Yeah.
Right. I was on the
Okay.
floor.
Honestly, the only people I can remember distinctly in the way back are the Coen brothers, who we drove to the Jewish day school, in carpool. And for some reason, these three brothers, sometimes two, usually three, um, they all, by the time we picked them up, they were relegated to the way back. And the reason I remember this is
And they
because
were
there was
big,
one
weren't they?
time they were, well, yeah, they were robust young
Like
men, and
tall.
they
Yeah, yeah. You're like,
they're tall, right? They're not like little
yeah.
pipsqueaks, but either one or two of them are getting in the car, and because there are so many kids in the car, and it is the way back, and we don't have those cameras back then. This is in the 70s. One of them was actually, imagine the back door open. He's got one leg in the back, way back, and
Oh
one leg
no.
still on the ground. And mommy,
Oh, she
mommy
took
starts
off.
to drive
Oh
off,
God.
and everybody is screaming. Well, we're kids, so we're pretty much screaming anyway, right? And we're pretty rambunctious. So imagine like 8 screaming kids going, Miss Goldstein, Mom, Miss Goldstein, Miss Goldstein, stop. And she's like, what?
What? What's happening?
Right? Marty Cohn is not in. He's only got, he's like,
You ran him
oh, like,
over. Well,
luckily he was fine.
one time, and the way back got way disgusting. I just have to say
Oh
because
yeah.
one time, Daddy took Pepper to the vet, which Pepper was our 95-pound English black lab. He was huge. He was so big and he
Cute.
was so sweet. And Daddy will tell you, Pepper loved going to the vet. He loved the vet more than us. They must have given him so much
That's because he
attention.
got to stay inside at the
Yeah,
vet.
he got to stay inside, and he was like the sweetest dog. But so he got so excited that he bit his tongue, and then he bled all over the way back.
Oh, right.
It was
Yeah,
everywhere.
the dog, not Daddy. The dog.
You're right,
Right.
yeah. No, Daddy wasn't excited. Pepper was excited. But it was so gross. And we had like pepper tongue blood everywhere. And it was not like, I don't even know if the seats were vinyl, but there was that like fuzzy carpet that was also a part of it
Yes.
when you would put the
Yes.
way back down. And that's what I had to endure. And I swear one time, so you know how when you put the way back seat up so you can sit back there was like this
Yes.
void between the middle seat and the way back. And one time someone, I don't know, we went to like a fair. It was maybe like Purim at one of the synagogues, and someone won a goldfish. Do you know this?
No.
And they just left the goldfish in the middle in the void.
No, they
And
did not.
we found it later. Yeah, imagine
Oh,
that
that's
smell.
way sad.
I know.
That's way gross. So, if
Oh.
anybody had one of these station wagons, right, these Oldsmobile with the wood paneling, the way back also for some families was a great tool for long distance road trips because you could put it all the way flat and you could basically lay blankets and pillows back there. And if your parents allowed you to, that, like I will say, possibly my husband's family, they could sleep on the way to a
Oh,
destination. But as you well
that
know,
sounds so
there is no
fun.
way our parents were going to let us do that because we, even during the 70s and early 80s, were forced to wear seatbelts.
Okay.
Daddy was like a pioneer in the seatbelt realm.
Except in certain cars. which
Right,
made
except
no
for his little
sense.
sports car.
Okay, he had an Alfa Romeo two-seater with a luggage rack instead of seats. I don't know why a father who has a family of 5 would have ever gotten that car. Like, did we
Yeah.
have another car? Why did he get
Yeah,
that?
so
Was it
let's back up.
why
Yeah.
did he
So
even what was he
daddy
thinking?
Yeah, when he turned 40, and this was a thing, right? Back when 40 was considered middle age. Now it's closer to 50 or ish, I'm going to suggest. But when 40 was considered middle age, and there was, I would say, a stigma or an association with 40. You turn 40, right? There's jokes about it. You're over the hill. Daddy had a 40th birthday party. I remember he got all these
Oh, I
gag gifts and
remember
such.
it.
And he
Yes.
came home with this Alfa Romeo Spider, which uncomfortably seats 2 and incredibly uncomfortably
See,
maybe seats another few
2,
in the back,
4.
which is not even a back seat.
It's a luggage
It's like a
rack.
little shelf.
It was a shelf
And
with, like, bumps on it to keep the
it was
luggage
a
from moving around.
Yeah, it was impossible, and also the top was a soft top, but it didn't come up and down automatically. You had to physically pull it up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then somebody had to stand on top of it, like, on the side of the
Like,
well,
push it
while
down.
pushing down, and somebody
Right.
else had to lock it.
May
Here's what I
maybe
also
the someone else
remember.
is your children. I don't know. It could have
Yeah.
been.
Well, I remember driving in that car, and I remember learning to drive in that car. So when he was 40, I was 15, and that's when I was
Oh.
learning to drive and got my permit, and he taught me how to drive stick shift on that car. I remember he got rid of the first one cuz mommy hated it, and what did he do? He got a second one just in a different color.
He was one was
And she
brown
hated
and one
that
was, like,
too.
blue, right?
One was brown and one was
Bluish?
light blue,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
Yep,
have a
a
good
really pretty,
memory.
like, pearl blue.
Yeah, it was
Here's the other thing I
pearly.
remember, pearly blue. Okay, one time one time, daddy's gonna be laughing at this. One time we hosted basketball players who were in for either, like, some Maccabia at the JCC, some competition, and we were hosting 2 of them. And what
Oh my
did daddy
god.
drive to pick up these basketball players? I'm not even
The
kidding.
alpha.
The little Alfa Romeo. And
'Cause he wanted to look
it
cool for the basketball players.
I guess, but imagine, like, it was hard enough for us, and by age 12 even, I was already 5'7", and it was hard for me to get in that back seat. We were cramming
You're
these
like,
basketball
"It's like a
players into the
clown
back seat.
car."
As cool as they thought it was, I am sure we have crippled them to this day. I am so sorry, gentlemen, if you're probably walking around.
Was there another car?
Well, mommy must have had a car.
Right, she had the station wagon, but we had a station wagon and then a
Oh, like a
convertible.
third car? No,
Yeah.
this was not like a fun extra car. This was the second car in our family.
How could he d what
Until I got a car, until I got a Subaru. Right.
Oh,
But he didn't I have a feeling these cars didn't make it to the time that you were driving. I
no.
guess when Stuart was driving, but I don't think Stuart even learned how to drive stick on these cars,
So
but
I know
just me.
this history. Let me just tell you. You learned how to drive stick. You're
Yeah.
very mechanical. You got it. Dad tried to teach Stuart how to drive stick, so they must have still had that car, and that
Yeah.
did not go well. And then he didn't even try with me. But you know who tried to teach me how to drive stick shift?
Who?
Your sweet husband. And I was so
On what
scared
car?
when you used to have a stick shift car.
No, we did not. We've
Yes,
never
you
had a stick
did.
shift car.
Yes, you did. You sure did. It was a like a BMW or a Mercedes. It was the same
No,
one I
we've
think in the
never owned a
movie The Game.
Mercedes.
Y- Well, you had a
I'd be
stick shift
shocked if we
car.
owned a stick shift.
You
All right, we're gonna
text
have
your
to check
husband
that.
right now because we were in Montgomery and he tried to teach me in Montgomery and I was so afraid about stripping something and he kept on saying, "Don't worry about it. You're fine." And it was going, "Er, er."
All right, this is instead of asking Chat GPT, I'm
Uh-huh.
asking Alan L.
Yeah,
But I don't know if he's going to respond to me. But I said, since we've been together, did you ever own a stick shift car? I have no recollection. But
you
it's hard to
did.
learn. I mean, the nicer look, it was really hard to learn on Daddy's car because that stick shift was so hard to maneuver and it was not easy. And by the time I got to college, one of my roommates had a car and it was stick shift. And she's like, "Can you drive stick?" Because she needed me to drive somewhere. And I said, "No, I mean, I can drive my dad's car, but that's the only one." She goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "I'm just saying, I've only driven one stick shift car in my life, so I don't think I can drive others." She goes, if you drive one stick shift car, you can drive all stick shift cars. It doesn't work that way. I go, oh, and her car was brand new. And when I tell you, it was like butter, like driving it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what a stick shift is supposed to feel like. I'm so good at it. Because Daddy, oh, that was like being, I mean, you could tell he was in the military because he trained me like I was one of his
Yeah.
army,
I mean, he knew how
underlings.
to he knew how to drive the Jeeps, right? The old school
Yeah.
Jeeps, which I'm sure were stick
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he used to leave me. So whatever that road is leading up to Belmead Lane, is
Mhm.
it Westbury Way maybe? He used
Mhm.
to leave me. It is the longest hill. It has like 2 or 3 stop signs on it, but it's probably half a mile to get from the bottom of it to the top. And he would stop at one of the first stop signs, put the car in park with the emergency brake, get out, make me get in the driver's seat, and then say, now drive home, on like starting in the middle of a hill. And
And it
by
rolls
the
back
time
on stick shift.
and
Oh
it
my
rolls
god.
back and I'm like,
Oh
and
my
he would
god.
remain so calm. He would never lose his patience. He would never lose his temper. I was losing my god awful mind because I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. The car would be literally perpendicular to the road at some point. I'm like, I'm about to hit a mailbox. I'm going to hit a dog, a squirrel, a small child if they come out. God forbid. I mean, he's like, nope. You've got it. You've got it. And it took all of that for me to really understand the balance between the clutch and the gas and the brake. And I learned the hard way, but to this day I can drive a stick. So I'm thankful.
The
Sorry,
balance
Amanda.
between
Sorry, you're out of luck. Yeah.
the balance between patience and parenthood, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's
God bless.
also if you travel abroad, it is like 2 cents a day to rent a stick shift car, and it's like $2,000 a day to rent an automatic. So it's a
Yeah.
great skill to have. I wish I wish I had that skill, and I don't even
Yeah.
there's not even stick shift cars in the States really, but I think what's going to happen in Europe is they're all going to be electric anyway, and that's not stick
Yeah.
shift. So,
No. It is very hard to find a stick shift car these days. We have one friend who drives a stick, and that's the only person I know who even has a manual car. It's pretty crazy. There you go. All right, I'm going to end with something. So this is nothing new, but it keeps popping up on my Facebook, and I want it to pop up on yours. There was this, I don't know, an institute, a study done about how long you should kiss your significant other and to make it meaningful. How long do you think that is?
6 seconds.
Yes. How did you know that?
I don't know cuz I'm psychic. I don't know. I just guessed. It's cuz we're
Yes.
connected in our brains. I'm telling you,
It is.
Allison, we have a
Oh
psychic
my
connection.
gosh.
This is why we need to be on a
Yes.
game show.
So I have become obsessed with this 6-second kiss. And so
Okay.
like when
Of course you
Alan,
have.
like when he when he leaves the house, and I'm always like, you have to kiss me for 6 seconds. And because I'm such a rule follower, I'm like
Did you
timing
set a
it in my
timer? Oh
head.
god.
Yeah. Well, I had to set a timer the other day finally because his 6 seconds and my
Mhm.
6 seconds are not the same.
Right.
His 6 seconds is 2. And my 6 seconds is actually 6 exactly. And
Because
so
you're saying
finally I
1
proved it to him.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Yes. He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, you're 5, 6." Okay, good.
Ugh,
So, yeah.
offensive.
So, okay, the funniest is the other day I literally made him kiss me like 20 times because he would kiss for 2 seconds. I'm like, "That's not 6 seconds. Do it again." Then I'm like, maybe it's just a ploy. He's breaking shy of 6 seconds every time, so I have to keep going back. But I don't think he
Oh.
was. I think he was just annoying me. But I finally got out my phone. But okay, all this to say is you should try it. The 6-second kiss, you only have to do it once or twice a day.
Okay.
Most kisses you share with your significant other might be very short and sweet, but this one is intentional. It's just long enough to be intimate without it being overbearing. And that's my gift to you today, Amanda, and to all of our listeners as we enter the 11th season of Six and Tell. I mean, Sis and Tell.
I mean sex and tell. Wait, what? Oops.
Wait, huh?
Well, thanks for listening to the latest Sis and Tell podcast. Don't forget to share us with your friends, share us with your family, share us with your foes.
As always, this has been Amanda and Allison with a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing. We'll catch you next time. parenting. Yes. Upside down? Oh my gosh. It's like a murder scene. It's like you're gonna have CSI over. Yeah.